Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. I'm working on another layout that's part of my autumn kit series. So I'm using a 6x8 Simple Stories flip book for this album. These are all photos from one lovely fall day in October of 2020. This is my next double page layout here, and I have a lot to do with this one. I have 2 empty pockets. I have a full 6x8 page I want to do with 2 photos. So I don't have a lot of background stuff and I have no embellishments picked out. So let's get to work. So I've pulled out my autumn kit here. I still have quite a bit to work with. I also got this new pouch. It was on clearance from Allie Edwards. It was orange, so I thought the color worked. And I'm using it to put all of my acrylic embellishments in there just because I was getting tired of them floating around in here with everything else. So I have those separate, which I love. When I was first looking at these photos, I thought I might want to highlight some red because I've got it appearing in these photos here and then a little bit right here. But as I started looking through my 3x4 cards, I don't think it's enough. Like, this is way too red for this, and it doesn't work over here. And it has hearts on it. I think this is probably from a Valentine's set maybe or something, but I pulled it thinking I might be able to work, you know, in the red of the fall, but I'm thinking maybe this is not the right choice. Then I was thinking orange because I have a lot of that here. There's some here, but this didn't feel right either. It felt like too orange, and I've got lots of colors happening here, lots of mixes. I've also got quite a bit of green. I've got yellow over here. So I decided maybe I need to look at some cards that have multiple colors on them. So here's a look at some of them. I do like this one a lot. I just love the picture that's on it, really, but I think I could get away with it. It's kind of busy, but I like the different colors. I also have this one. I had a 4x6 of this as well, and so I could definitely use this to work in some of it. And this one is probably my fave because it's got this ombre look here from the lighter yellow to the darker, more golden. Then I've got reds, pinks, kind of a coral or orangey. So I really like that one. I mean, look at how nice it looks with that. So that might get used, and this is a bit wild, but I love it. I love all those colors. The only problem is if I use these and not these, there's no green. So I'd have to probably work it in either in the paper over here or use paper that are these colors and then use green embellishments. I'm not quite sure how all that will work, but I'm gonna look at these 4 and decide which I like the best. Well, I thought I was done looking at cards, but then I found this one at the very end of my 3x4 cards. That one has lovely colors to match these as well. I mean, look at how nicely these 3 go together. These might all be from the same thing. Are these all Ellie's Studio? It's hard to tell. I think these are for sure. This, I'm not so sure. I don't remember if this was paper that I cut down or if it was an actual card, but in any case, they match very well. So I cheated a little bit on which cards to use. I actually looked ahead to other layouts I have coming and figured out that I'm going to save this one because I think I have another place where this might work. And I'm going to use these 2. I'm super excited. So think I'm going to do that one there and this one here. So this will probably just have a big embellishment of some kind. Not exactly sure what that'll be, or maybe multiple smaller embellishments. I don't know, but I'll have fun with it. And then this, I'm not sure. I could journal on it. I could just do some green splattering to bring in this and leave it as is. I'm not sure. This is probably a bigger question because I feel like I need green, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have an appropriate green to match this. But we'll see. I could also go with a muted yellow maybe and then use green embellishments, but that's why I have the kit. So I'm going to pull out all my papers in here, and I do have 12x12 papers. I have some 6x12, and I have this 6x6 pad. Now, because this is 6x8, it would work to do a white background and then put the 6x6 layered on it. So we'll see what I find. So in my paper stash, I found this, which is a 12x12 piece of paper. It is from Creative Memories. It's from some kind of autumn themed kit. I don't remember the name of it now, but I do like this green. It's a little darker than what's here, but I think it's close enough. It will also bring out the green in these photos. However, I would have to matte them. They don't look good just directly on there, but because I have so much white over here, I think I could cut them both down a little bit, probably, mat them on white, and make that work somehow. Okay, I've cut that down to a 6x8 piece, which gives me a 4x6 piece that I can keep to become a pocket card or use in some other form, and I have both sides, which is awesome. And I also still have a strip of 6x12. So that's one of the reasons I love this size, is because even when I cut down paper, I have so many uses for what's left. I don't feel like I'm wasting anything. All right, so now I'll have to cut some white and cut these down a little bit and figure out, do I want them spaced like this or next to each other or what? So I have this piece of white cardstock left in my scraps, and I think I'm liking the idea of actually doing a strip across like this. With the photos, I'll have to trim them slightly so they'll fit widthwise, and then maybe putting them close to the top edge and ripping the bottom. So give it some nice texture and an uneven look so everything isn't quite so square and symmetrical. So I think I'm gonna go with that. All right, I've cut the white piece and adhered the photos so that they'll sit approximately like that. I plan to do something on the top, probably have a title or something up there, not sure. But I have all this room at the bottom, so now I'm just going to rip to give it the torn edge that I want. There we go. And then, ooh, I love it. It'll sit against the background like that. When I pulled out the rest of the stuff from my stash, I was trying to figure out like what else would go with this. I noticed I am in that photo and there's a little bit of the aqua and turquoise blue for my sweater there. I'm not sure that I could work that in, but there is a little blue here as well, so who knows. But on this sheet of stickers, I have this that says I love fall. I'm not sure I want to use that because it already says autumn here, but there are some other things that might work. I've got a blue heart there. I like this tree, but I'm not sure if that dark orange would work. I do have a bright green leaf, which might help bring this in if I put it just kind of centered on there, maybe layered with some other things. I'm not sure, but I might be able to use that. There are also some things on this sheet, maybe that I could work in there. I also have some black and white phrases, and since I do have quite a bit of white here and then I have black outlining, they may work too. So I actually decided to use this sticker instead. It was from this big sheet and I had it left over here. I'd already used part of it. I'm going to use the rest of it now. I will cut off the end there. And then I think there's a couple of phrases on here that would work. What did I see? I saw falling leaves there. I saw sweater weather and cool and crisp. So I'm wondering if maybe I just stagger those. They'll bring in some of the white with the black border and it'll all match. This is how I decided to put together that card with the phrases, and I love it. I do think, though, that I'm going to add some splattering, both to this card and to this one. So I have my handy-dandy box that I use when I splatter, and then I am going to use this. It's an old spray bottle that I have from Memories Mists. Marguerite is the color. I have no idea when I got it. Had it for a very long time. This one is matte finish. It does not have any sparkle to it at all, and I think that's appropriate for this layout. Here are the cards with the splattering done on them, and I love that. I think it's just enough. The color is subtle. It's definitely more muted, more matte finish than a sparkle, which is perfect. So those are ready to go in the pockets. When I was trying to figure out a title for this, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I looked through my alpha stickers, didn't find any that were the right size or color to go with this, so I decided to stamp. I used this old stamp set from Kelly Perky. No idea if it's available anywhere anymore, maybe on eBay, who knows, but that's what I used. And I decided to do this color, which is Calypso Coral from Stampin' Up, and I chose the word Splendor, so I've already stamped it, and I can't decide now, do I want to just use it as is and kind of make a white background title out of it off to the side in the center or something and then embellish around it, or do I want to cut out the letters individually and place them on there? I'm just not sure. So that's my next order of business, is to figure out how to make that work. decided to try something a little different. I cut this out and I like it as is. I'm not sure how long I want this end piece to be, so I'm not going to cut it off yet, but I'm going to put it flush to the right side. I'm also going to layer some different washies I have in some kind of combination and then layer this over the top. That's my plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. I've done my washi layering there, and I think I'm going to take this and layer it right here so that you just see a little bit of green peeking out, because I don't need a ton. My background is already green. And then I may put a green leaf behind it or something, but I think I want it to go there, and I've already ripped the edge so it would match the torn edge down here. So I think I want it to go right about there. Yeah, I think that's good. Make sure it's even there. And then I'll cut off the edge and figure out what to do in this space. All right, here it is, almost finished. I decided to switch these because since I have washi stripes here, it mimics this card. I didn't want them right next to each other. So I'm moving that over here. This will be here. And then I think all I have left to do, you'll notice I put in some leaf stickers. Those came off of this sheet here, very old one that I have. I think I'm just going to put in a couple of enamel dots around to bring in some of the white on the darker spot, maybe some of the orange, and it'll be done. The other enamel dots I had were from my autumn kit that I made, but I have these in my regular stash, and I think this is kind of a pinky red, which looks good with these photos and this color here, so I think I may work in one of those as well. Now you can see where I've added in those extra enamel dots, and I actually ended up with two. I did one there, and then I did one down there, and I think that's just enough to bring in that color from right at the edge here and then on the other side here. So I think this one is finished, and I absolutely love it. It's busy, but I love it. Thanks for watching.